Raider Nation, happy holidays. You're watching the Raiders Report, brought to you by BetDSI, and I'm your host, Mitchell Renz. Please follow me on Twitter at MitchellRenz365 for the latest Raiders news, rumors, and Raider Nation rumors. My first rumor up here on the board, no Oakland Raiders made it to the Pro Bowl. This one's for Chucky heads, believe it, baby. I'm a little bit upset when I'm reading this because I definitely think some of the Oakland Raiders should have made the Pro Bowl, especially my man Jared Cook. Rodney Hudson was another name up there that I flirted with a little bit that I think could have made the Pro Bowl. But for the first time since 2003, no Raiders have made the initial Pro Bowl roster. And some of the names that I mentioned before, Jared Cook, Rodney Hudson, left guard Kalichi Osemele, were all named to the alternatives for the Pro Bowl. So when you're looking at that, yeah, like there's still alternatives, but at the end of the day, I think Jared Cook definitely had a career season, and I personally would have loved to see Jared Cook make the Pro Bowl. But as you all know, this show isn't just about me, and I want to know from you, which Raiders should have made the Pro Bowl? I want you to comment below if you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, anywhere that you're watching this video, comment below which Raiders should have made the Pro Bowl. I got a quick question for you. Is this the best Raiders show on the internet? This one's for Chucky heads, believe it, baby. And I got an awesome deal coming at you thanks to our sponsor, BetDSI. Rudolph dropped a ton of brand new Raiders jackets on my desk, and I'm telling you right now, you walk into a bar wearing that jacket, you're not paying for a single drink the entire night. Go to chatsports.com/bet and use that promo code LIVE120 for 120% deposit bonus. You sign up, make a deposit, and then DM ChatSports at ChatSports on Twitter to get hooked up with one of those jackets. Free money and jackets. Happy holidays from us at Chat Sports. My next rumor coming up here, Nathan Peterman to the Oakland Raiders. This one's for Chucky heads, believe it, baby. And before I go, because this is Nathan Peterman, shots to you. Ugh, that is not good. Just like that signing is not good because Nathan Peterman is not good at football, and I don't know why he's on the practice squad. Probably because he deserves and needs a whole bunch of practice. And it's frustrating to me because somehow Nathan Peterman is still getting a job, and you look at so many other quarterbacks in the NFL, heck, quarterbacks that are sitting on their couch, shout out Colin Kaepernick, who are so much better than Nathan Peterman, and yet Nathan Peterman has found himself a job. And I understand that Jon Gruden, let's say, loved him before the draft, and Jon Gruden said he's a leader. He's a leader of interceptions. That's what he leads the league in. That's what it seems like when he plays. 3 touchdowns to 12 interceptions. I'm not good at math, but that's not a good ratio whatsoever. So, Raider Nation, I want to know from you, if we put you in some silver and black, would you be a better quarterback than Nathan Peterman right now? I want you to type Y for yes or type N for no. I'm going to type my Y for yes because I think there's no doubt that I'm a better quarterback than Nathan Peterman. You want to put me out there? Heck, I'm going to throw more than 3 touchdowns to 12 interceptions. You know what? Nathan Peterman, you're going to make me do 2 shots on today's show. That's shout out to Snakebite, who says I should drink more on air. Next rumor coming up here on the board, Derek Carr, fluent in Gruden's offense. Derek came out and said earlier this week that he's, starting to get a little bit more comfortable with the offense, and I'm giving this one 3 Chucky heads, and I think it's pretty likely that he is finally starting to get more fluent in overall Jon Gruden's offense. I mean, if there's one player who's dealt with so much as change in his entire career, it's been Derek Carr. He really has, but he did come out and say that, he feels like he's fluent in the overall offense. I think that's just kind of quarterback speak a little bit. There's no doubt he's a lot more comfortable. I mean, he's on pace to surpass 4,000 yards, which would be the first time he's ever done that in his NFL career. And he's also NFL interception list streak holder at 292 attempts, which is really impressive. And since week 4, I understand once they first got Jon Gruden, the offense was changing a lot. But he's got a 67% completion percentage, 13 touchdowns, only 1 interception, 2,324 yards since week 4. There has been a definite change in Derek Carr's overall demeanor and just Derek Carr's performance. Then when you also consider the amount of players that Derek Carr's had to deal with, I guess losing, he lost Amari Cooper. He lost Martavis Bryant. Heck, he lost Brandon LaFell. There's been so much change around Derek Carr, and yet he keeps taking the lumps. Plus, he's been sacked the most in the NFL, 47 times this year. So I put this on the Raiders Report on YouTube, and I want to know from you, can the Raiders win a Super Bowl with Derek Carr? Type yes or no if you're on YouTube, and if you're watching this on Facebook, give me a heart for yes or a laughing face for no. Can the Oakland Raiders win a Super Bowl with Derek Carr as their quarterback? My next rumor coming up here, and it's some bad news, unfortunately. It's Gabe Jackson, and is he headed to the IR? This one's going to be for Chucky heads, believe it, baby. And it's upsetting to me because I think Gabe Jackson was actually one of the more reliable players, even though he kind of looks like Alvin and the Chipmunks to me. But he's been a reliable option for the Raiders in that offensive line, basically since he's put on that silver and black. So he sustained the injury against the Pittsburgh Steelers 2 weeks ago, and he tried to play through it in that game, and he was unable to play last week against or he was unable to play last week, unfortunately, and I did give it 3 Chucky heads that he was going to be unable to play, so I don't really want to give myself a pat on the back for that, though. But Gafford and Wright have been called up from the practice squad. They're going to look to fill in some holes now for the Oakland Raiders overall, but it's unfortunate that Gabe Jackson is on the IR, and he's going to miss the remainder of the season. So this is all about, you and me, and this is about one unity, one Raider Nation. So I want you to type 1 to wish Gabe Jackson a fast and speedy recovery. Type 1 to wish Gabe Jackson a speedy recovery. I want to say thank you so much for watching the Raiders Report because I appreciate you guys tuning in and giving me your insights. And if you guys like me a little bit, you guys can follow me on Twitter at MitchellRenz365. And remember to subscribe to the Oakland Raiders Report on YouTube, which is youtube.com/Raiders Report. And if you want to be on the show, like Raider Nation Rumors, you got to subscribe. youtube.com/Raiders Report. My next rumor here is a good one, and it's around the NFL draft, and we're already kind of looking ahead. And when you're looking at the Raiders, well, let's be honest. I mean, we're already kind of looking ahead to the 2019 season, and this one's around Nick Bosa. I mean, you're talking about probably the top name in this year's NFL draft. It's Nick Bosa, and is he going to be going to the Oakland Raiders? This one's 2 Chucky heads, and people are talking. And the people that are talking are CBS Sports, and basically they came out and said whether the Raiders have the number 1 pick or the number 2 pick, they're going to end up getting Nick Bosa. So as I stated before, the Raiders obviously hold the number 2 pick behind the Arizona Cardinals, but CBS believes if the Arizona Cardinals have the number 1 overall pick, they're going to go out and pick up Jonah Williams, who is an offensive tackle, and they basically state that the number 1 reason that they're going to pick up Jonah Williams is to protect Rosen because he's their main asset there for the Cardinals. But I just think when I'm looking at the big board and I'm listening to my man Tom Downey, it sounds like Nick Bosa is no doubt the number 1 player in this year's draft. Sure, there's injury concerns. There's injury concerns in all the players. It's football, for goodness sake. So, but yes, Bosa missed most of this year. He played in only 3 games. But for me, if he's there at number 2, you're going to see Jon Gruden maybe streak out onto the board and then pick up Nick Bosa. So here's Bosa's career stats at Ohio State. In 29 games, he's got 77 tackles, 29 tackles for a loss, and then 18 sacks, an absolute edge monster. Maybe he can fill in what we lost with Khalil Mack because the Raiders are dead last right now with sacks with only 12 in the NFL, and heck, the next closest team has 8 more than what the Raiders do. So the Raiders definitely need some help getting after the quarterback, and Nick Bosa could do that. So will Nick Bosa be the number 1 pick in the 2019 NFL Draft? I want you to type Y for yes or type 2 for no. I think he's going to be the number 1 pick in the NFL Draft. I just think when you look at talent, I mean, he's super talented, and this is a quarterback-driven league. If you can find a player who can get after the quarterback, that's ultimately what you're looking for. So will Nick Bosa be the number 1 pick in the 2019 NFL Draft? Type 1 for yes or type 2 for no. Number 1 pick on my Christmas list is these Raiders jackets, thanks to our sponsor, BetDSI. And if you guys want one of these, sign up and deposit at chatsports.com/bet. Remember to use that promo code LIVE120 for 120% deposit bonus. So we're also giving you money, and we're going to hook you up with these jackets. Sign up and deposit, and then DM at chatsports on Twitter saying, hey, hook me up with some jackets. Also, if you want to get maybe some shoes, a Derek Carr jersey, we can hook you up there as well. Shout out to BetDSI for hooking us up with the best promo code on the internet. My last rumor here is around colors and the Oakland Raiders name. And are the Raiders going to have to change their colors and their name with their move to Oakland, or with their move to Las Vegas? This one's 0 Chucky heads. Tuck rule, tuck that. And I don't think the Raiders are ultimately going to have to do it. And I saw somebody come out on the internet. They're putting together, it's change.org, okay? So they're trying to get a petition together that the Raiders should have to change their name and their colors, and I just don't really see what's the point. And the person, their main argument is, oh, they're moving to a new city. Well, let's get a fresh start. Let's, overall, new city, new start. No, I don't want that at all. And then Des Belieber, who the heck that is, he wants to change their name to the Las Vegas Sinners. Why? That's a terrible name, and I think black and silver is a dope color. I mean, heck, I'm wearing black and silver right now. Imagine if I had to get a whole new suit. I got to get a whole new tie. Man, I don't want that. So are the Raiders going to change their name and their colors? I sure hope not. Tuck rule, tuck that. So this show isn't just about me, and I want to know from you. Should the Raiders keep their name and colors? If you're watching on YouTube, type yes or no. If you're watching on Facebook, Give me a like for yes, or give me a mad face for no. You know what thing I'm not mad about? If I got some Mizzen+Main for Christmas, heck, you could stuff these in my stocking, and I could pull them right out and put it on because these shirts are comfortable as F, and they're impossible to get wrinkled. So, you guys want some Mizzen+Main shirts, go to www.comfortable.af. Raider Nation, what's going on? Is this the #1 Raiders channel on YouTube? For Chucky Heads, believe it, baby. And if you haven't already, subscribe right here. I'm giving you Chucky Heads, news, rumors, Raider Nation rumors. And look at this, I'm making your life easier. Check out my next video. Thanks for watching, and go Raiders.